goes to profession, it's a progress to uphold justice and the very fabric of our society. With this spirit, we welcome the new which came into the shape of the careers, the concepts and character. The elements of this distinguished gathering where we celebrate the sessions and the company match we held at Dr. University, Solicitors. The fourth day of an exciting journey of the youth of this organization, and we're delighted to have you as like a family. This is not only a celebration, but a coincidence of minds. Dedicated to resolution and leading harmony. Today's group is Girish and the ladies and leaders whose words will serve as for all of us. On this significant day, we are honored to have distinguished guests with us today whose presence adds great to this occasion. We are delighted and happy with the presence of our chief guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok Jain, DBRANLU Sonipat. Guest of honor, Mr. Digvijay Kumar, Chief Manager Legal Bank of Baroda. Guest of honor, Mr. Girish Rawat, Partner, Luthra Law Officers. Guest of honor, Mr. Prantik Hazarika, Partner, Khaitan and Khaitan.
Not just this hall, but our minds and souls in pursuit of knowledge, truth, and peace. As you kindle the ceremonial lamp this evening, we invite the light of wisdom to guide our journey ahead. In the spirit, I respectfully invite the esteemed dignitaries on the dais to proceed with the lighting of the lamp, where the rising flames symbolize our collective dedication to excellence, innovation, and purposeful progress in all that we aspire to achieve. Request everyone to remain standing for the flag of our university.
शुभ न्याय मिले अन्याय टले, शुभ न्याय मिले अन्याय टले, ओ सत्यमेव जयते, जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते, जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते, जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते, जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते। कर्तव्य भाव की हो दीक्षा, मौलिक अधिकारों की रक्षा, मानवता धर्म निभाने की जन जन को सुलभ रहे शिक्षा, इसको पाने के लिए सदा हम धर्म मार्ग चलते, जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते, जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते,
Thank you. Please sit down.
Of the experienced dignitaries whose wisdom, experience, and contributions continue to inspire and uplift the academic and professional community. Before we proceed, we would humbly like to welcome the Director of Bose, Chandhik and Mahajan Advocate and Solicitors. Can you please welcome them? I kindly request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir Professor Dr. Jain, to kindly present the call to the Chief Guest of the Day, Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok Kumar Jain, Judge Rajasthan High Court. Now, I kindly request our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Ashok Luthra, to call the guest of honor of the day, Mr. Bose. I request sir to kindly present the call to the guest of honor, Mr. Digvijay Kumar. I request sir to kindly present the shawl to our guest of honor, Mr. Rawat. I request sir to kindly present the shawl to our guest of honor, Mr. Prantik Hazarika. Thank you, sir. We welcome you to the second session of DEEKSHARAMBH, the orientation program. First students are being offered the introduction and introduction to the work that they will do in the next 5 years. Firstly, I'm honored. Professor Dr. Singh, the Chancellor of the University of Sonipat, address this August gathering. Welcome the Honorable Chancellor for the welcome address.
Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok Kumar Jain ji, Judge Rajasthan High Court. He is very kind enough and gracious to the National Law University Sonipat that on our request he has agreed to chair this session as well. In the morning he was with us, but his presence, I know, motivate the youngsters and make this DEEKSHARAMBH and orientation program more successful. After laying the foundation in the morning session, we met the highest in the system, the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court. Now, the ultimate purpose of the life is to have some outcomes as well. So this session is being devoted where in future you can intern, you can be placed, or you look forward. Apart from government things which are there, you can become judges, attorneys, and many other things. But at the same time, during 5 years, you have to intern. So this time, during this session, we try to have on board people from the law firms. And I welcome Mr. Digvijay, Chief Manager, Bank of Baroda, Mr. Karan Mitru, Partner, JSA, Miss Modhulika Bose, partner Chandhik and Mahajan. Am I right? Miss Prantik, Prantik, Hazarika, partner Khaitan, Girish, Rawat, Luthra and Luthra. So in these 5 years, as per the Bar Council, we have to go for the internships, but National Law University Sonipat is doing more than this, that we not only following the Bar Council letter and spirit, but at the same time sending our students for the internships. Internship should be at the best place where we look forward to learn many things, bring those best of the practices to the institution as well, and subsequently, if you perform better there, and the firm where you have gone, they assess you for something. Then after completing your degree, they consider you worth and give you employment letter before the completion of degree. I think this is the dream of all of you, and you are changing all that. So very few people who are leading in the law firms are being here, but in future, in this orientation program as well, we are trying to build as many as people so that our alumni internship and placement cell, the students who are working, your senior students who are working in this cell, may come in contact with them, and in future you would be lucky enough to be attached to these firms. You need to learn what is happening outside the world, because education as a teacher, we understand classrooms are okay, syllabus is okay, curriculum is okay, learning that concept in the classroom is okay, but at the same time, we understand that learning has to be beyond the classrooms, and that is what we call as clinical legal education, internships and placements. At our place in this institution, we try our level best to connect with the industry, connect with the market, legal firms and the institutions outside, bringing them here. So this is an endeavor. In this orientation program, DEEKSHARAMBH, this is the minimum which we can showcase to the students. And in the coming days, in the coming semesters, these activities will be enhanced. The only thing is that you people stay interested in this kind of activities. The more you take interest, more our faculty, our team will be motivated to guide you to the markets, to the industry, and to the outside world. This session belongs to these people, so I welcome them again and presenting them all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure your address has provided us an invaluable lesson in all the aspects and intricacies of legal practices.
It is our privilege to introduce our esteemed guest, Ms. Modhulika Bose, partner at Chandhik and Mahajan, advocates and solicitors. With over a decade of experience at the bar, she specializes in competition and technology law, advising on both merger control and behavioral matters. I urge you all to welcome her with a huge round of applause.
So, I hope I'm not presuming this incorrectly, but I might be one of the younger ones on the panel today. And I might not have as much wisdom to back my words. So I thought, rather than quoting, famous men from the profession, I would rather talk about what this 5-year law school journey for you should look like, right, before you enter the profession. Now, I, growing up, did not have advocates and, lawyers around me. I come from a family of doctors and engineers. At best, my mom's best friend was a lawyer, a pretty senior one. But all I thought of her growing up was like, she looks very smart when she comes in parent-teacher meetings, I did not think much of the profession at all at that point in time. And then in class 12th, we had a career counseling session where somebody who had studied in National Law School, Bangalore, had come to address us, right? Now, at that point in time, I was not tied to any profession. But that particular person used to write this blog called Portmanteau. And I hope it's still there, hidden somewhere in the internet. If you can access it, I would highly recommend that you read that. In that blog, he was just journaling his years in law school, what all they did. And it just seemed at that point that, this is the education I want. At that point in time, when I decided to write flat, I did not think of becoming a lawyer. All I wanted to do was get into a law school, which would give me a very progressive, liberal environment. And I must say that remains true today as well. In India, a law school is perhaps the most liberal, progressive, and freeing experience that you will have. And this is also a very crucial phase for all of you. Most of you are 18 or 19, and when you leave the university, you'll be adults who will, the society will also hold you responsible for all the choices you make. So that process of making your choices, you will develop that here. And law school, like I said, one of the most liberal environments, right? It is very easy to just cruise through your courses, perhaps, or maybe that's been my experience. You may feel like, okay, this does not require that much of effort to just pass, right? But to do well in law school takes a lot of effort. But apart from academics, there are a lot of other things also that are there, right? And that's why these 5 years will become a minefield of choices for you, unfortunately. And that's where the challenge will lie for you. Do you want to be part of the top 20 percentile in terms of grades of your class? Do you want to move instead, your mock court competitions? Do you want to go for a long trip with your friends? Or do you want to participate in an essay competition, right? Put in the weekend, put in the hours and apply for a essay competition and win it. So all of these choices will be there. Do you want to specialize in corporate law? Do you want to go into litigation? And that's why I would advise you, while academics is very, very important, but like Sir said, a lot of the growing will happen outside of the classroom in these 5 years. And growing up not just professionally, personally, socially, in every way possible. So make your decisions wisely, but more importantly, commit to those decisions. Now, once you do, and also one thing which is very important and which I would like to emphasize, I think when we were in our final years or the penultimate years, everyone was thinking of law firms, right? We need employment, we need money. Perhaps a lot of you have seen Boston Legal or Suits and, you're very inspired by the series. But just because you've had an education in law does not mean that you have to become a lawyer, firstly. Yes, the society today needs a lot of lawyers, perhaps with so much pendency in courts, etc. But more importantly, we need people in various fields who can apply law, who can apply that process of thinking as a law and policy individual. You can become a journalist, you can be associated with policy think tanks. Of course, law firms and litigation is already there, but do not restrict yourself. I have a lot of friends who have done their, who've completed their LLB. After that, they've gone to a law firm. They've had 2 years of a very grinding experience there, and then they decided to switch to an MBA, right? And even in that MBA track, their law degree, their law training has held them in great stead. So one thing I would like to emphasize is just because you're pursuing 5 years of law does not mean that you have to only end up as a lawyer. Find your interest. Why? Because I'm sure a lot of you will keep, you must have heard this term burnout. Oh, so-and-so got burned out, they left law, right? 2 years, and it's not just law firms. Litigation is equally an arduous profession track. I would always want somebody to figure out a way for themselves where that burnout doesn't happen. And in my case, the only reason why I've been able to stick with this profession for, 11 and more years is because I've been tied to the profession because I have an inherent interest in the subject matter. Competition law is something that inherently interests me as a person. And therefore, I would think that in these 5 years, do everything, travel, do your competitions. This is also one of those rare, academic arenas where you will also get opportunities to interact with international students, from other universities. So just take all the experience in these 5 years, make choices, commit to them, but do not think that you are necessarily tied down by those choices. Keep evolving, keep adapting, and find that interest area, because it's that interest area that will keep you professionally engaged in the long term. As far as law firms are concerned, again, another thing beyond these serials, and I'm sure a lot of you here read Bar and Bench and all of this. This gives you a very external aspect of law firms or a litigation chamber, right? Have conversations with people who are in law firms, who are in litigation chambers, and find out about what a day in a litigating lawyer's life looks like, right? Now, for example, in litigation, you will get your Friday nights are the only time where, you will get some respite. Again, Saturday, Sunday is a day with briefings. Law firm life is, again, 24-hour availability is something that is asked for. I think law firms in India are slightly, bettering their culture now. But there's a 24/7 ask of being available over emails, over WhatsApps, right? Some of us, I see a lot of people in my cohort who have adapted to that expectation in a fantastic manner. They don't have issues about work-life balance, etc. But a lot of us might not be built that way, right? And therefore, you need to choose whether you have to commit yourself to a law firm track or not. So keep these 5 years to enjoy your academics. You will also network a lot among your cohorts, build those friendships that will take you long in the industry. Make use of all opportunities, but make sure you discover yourself and your interest, because that's going to be most important once you step out of this law school. Lastly, congratulations for making it to a law school. It's one of the best educations that, and like the best education environment that this country has to offer in today's day and age. So make the most of it. Keep discovering yourself, what your interests are, who you are as a person, professionally, which track can you adapt to the best. And of course, you can get in touch with me if you need any more insights about any of this. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable insights. It's a privilege to welcome Mr. Digvijay Kumar, Chief Manager Legal at the Bank of Baroda. His extensive experience in banking and financial law, combined with his keen legal acumen, has been instrumental in navigating complex regulatory landscapes. We are honored to have him with us today. I request you all to welcome sir with a huge round of applause.
Yes, good afternoon. Audible? Yes. So, first I'll say that when I came here, I feel that again I'm gone to nostalgia. Like I'm in college. 20 years back, we had left the college, and now I'm in college days. So, what I'll do, I'll share my first. I'll not go in theoretical, I'll go in practical way, so that you can understand as a law student what you can do to build your career. First, so first we have to see that when we see that we are when some match is going on, what we say? Cricket match chal raha hai, everybody score kya hua hai, score like that. So same way we have to see that everything is connected to law. Like I'm sitting here, its Air Act is there, Electricity Act is there, everything. Just see whatever coming on screen, TV, that act is there. So you have to connect with that. Then only you will be able to know how we are going to be different from the other people, since you are come in the legal fraternity. So for this, you have to make a choice. You have to take a oath that you have to study a lot, because legal and medicine, what I feel, legal and medicine both you have to keep yourself updated time and again, otherwise you will become redundant. So that is my observation since I completed more than 15 years in BOB, so I can say that. Then try to develop understanding or concept. That concepts are, what concepts are there in law that will come across all 5 years or something. So you try to develop that concept. Otherwise, what will see? It will happen, 5 years will pass on like anything, and then all of a sudden, now what you have to? So you have to be ready for that. Then you should think that you are different from others. Other sense, we know that as the constitution, 3 pillars are there: executive, legislature, and judiciary. So now we are somehow directly, indirectly becoming part of this judicial system. Because ultimately, whatever you do, if you are a law firm, if you are a bank, if you are in some other organization, or if you are a lawyer, it will go through scrutiny of law at some point of time. So you are becoming part of that. So you have to be very much attentive, whatever you are learning, and you should try to develop concepts. Because years will pass on like anything. I told you, I am feeling that I am in college, right? And try to indulge in all the activities during this all 5 years, and try to build your legal strength, right? Otherwise, what is the difference between common student and common? Because everybody says, we know the section of murder, 302, now it is changed obviously, but everybody says 302 murder ka hota hai, right? So they all know. So you have to develop from beyond that. That is one. Then you have to enjoy all the activities, what is going on, that I also missed. I have done the moot courts and all, but the thing is, legal aid is there, moot court is there. You try to attend the workshop of different law schools, maybe law firm also. Sometimes we are calling in our banks also some law students for having, or we are having academies in BOB. So I am giving the lectures also. So that is also you can try to, and the seminars are happening on the laws that you have to do. Then develop the research methodology, how to develop that you have to keep on reading. Then what I learn, if you want to become a good lawyer, you have to be a good economist, right? So as of now, what we have read 20 years back, now it is becoming a challenge for us. Right now it is shifted to, I think, 2 burning topics as of now. One is your data protection or cyber security, you can say, and then other is AI. That all we are going to face in future. Maybe another 5 years, 10 years, cyber security already started, and AI will come. So you have to be ready for this. And banking scenario, I will just tell what we are do at the transactions so that you can understand. Because ultimately, if anybody wants to come and join, then you have to understand, you should have the inclination, what madam has told, you should have the inclination for that. You have to make choices. So this all, we are giving different type of this facility we are giving. And one thing I am telling you, like I told, with law, without law, you cannot do anything. Everything comes with law. Same way, all the whatever happening in and around you comes with the banking finance. Like roads are being prepared, bridges are being prepared, hospitals are being prepared, everything. Banks involvement is there, right? So lot of things are going on, and directly and indirectly, maybe Solar project also right now it is going. It is a burning topic because right now we are shifting to ESG. Must be aware. Environment we have to be carbon emission zero by 2070. So that we have to see. Then lot of financial times like FDI, FPI, it is coming. Then STP also, STP transaction also we need to do. And when we are sitting in the bank as a legal, they all know that a lot of transactions happening, and then ultimately they are preparing. We are seeing that. So if you want to supervise them, you have to be better than them, right? So it's not that I'm sitting in, not sitting in law, I'm sitting same work we need to do. Only thing I'm sitting inside the organization, they are sitting all out of the organization, right? So I'll not go into the details of what kind of loans we are giving. That is not part, but you should understand that working capital and term loans and bank guarantees on what we are giving, and it all goes through this. Then IBC. IBC is also a hot topic as of now. You should try to understand what is this, because recovery measures we are taking as a banker. So we have to see that IBC also, whenever you come across, just attend the seminars or session, maybe online session also it is coming for free also, because IBBA is doing that, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. So just you take care and just attend it if you are having interest, because these all are future. This is not going to stop. This will increase, because these are all new babies. 2016 we have got this IBC, so it is there, and then arbitration is there, which is already an old phenomena, but IBC it is keeps on evolving. Earlier it was only IBC, CIRP was there. Now it has gone for MSME, pre-pack, then fast-track resolution. So many things are going on. So these all things what is happening in and around you, just be careful, enjoy your time, take your time, go whatever activities do, but whenever you're studying, please study carefully, try to develop a concept, try to be thorough, and try to become a good lawyer. Ultimately, it is your choice. You go to law firm, you go to any PSU or any organization. So all the best from my side. Thank you very much.
We are grateful to be enlightened by your words, sir. It is a privilege to welcome Mr. Prantik Hazarika, partner at Khaitan and Khaitan. His remarkable contributions to the aviation, banking, and fintech sectors reflect a deep understanding of complex regulatory frameworks and commercial realities. We are honored to have him with us today and look forward to benefiting from his expertise. We shall now welcome him with a huge round of applause.
So, good afternoon, respected Honorable Justice Ashok Jain, esteemed faculty members, distinguished guests, and all the law students gathered here. It's a privilege to be present here today and speaking before you all. The next generation of the leaders of the country. So, looking at you all, I'm reminded of my first day of college, full of curiosity. I was little uncertain at that point of time about my future, as I went to the law school after completing my graduation. After completing, I've come to the law school, but for me, I completed my graduation and then I joined the campus law center. So I was uncertain when senior friends and all joined other professional courses like NC and all those courses. So I was like, what is there in the future for me? So a little bit uncertain, but you have to keep hard work and achieve your dreams. So I would have changed studying law after it's I think one of the most preferred choice nowadays.
Uh, Now, as far as my experience of the legal profession is concerned, I'll just take a bit of time on that. Briefly, I've spent around 2 decades in this noble profession. First, as a litigator, started with briefing senior counsels, making notes, updates, conducting legal research, and then gradually started the before courts, started from district courts, then to high courts and Supreme Court's tribunals. So this is where to start career as a litigator. Besides that, I later on I switched over to corporate law, drafting contracts, advising clients on transactions and regulatory affairs, and various aspects of law. It's a hand of for client, giving them general corporate advice. So, during the formative year, I have handled cases that are at night and manage transactions across several jurisdictions in different time zones and in different industries. So I quickly realized that study and practice of law is not a sprint; it's a lifelong marathon. Coming back, earlier when I had the chance to go to, when in formative years, whenever I had the chance to go to High Court or Supreme Court. So what I used to do, I used to go and sit in any court. You can enter, just sit there, observe the judges, see what the senior advocates or the lawyers are arguing. Uh, and and this will taught you a good deal. So in fact, I still do the same. If I'm waiting for my case, I sit around, hear the arguments of counsels, look, observe the judge as in what's his inclination towards, and then give arguments accordingly. Eventually, if I moved to corporate law, which is a different world altogether. It was full of conferences, conference calls, contract drafting, reports, advisory work. So, a lawyer is different from a litigator. Risk litigator or a strategist, a developer to say. So, in my experience, as experience of my litigation, it helped me in my corporate law practice also. So, what I invite each of you to explore both when you start your careers and choose the path that suits you best. For me, I still continue to practice both before the court as well as advising clients in the general corporate law. So now, today I will share with you a few things which I have learned in this legal profession. First, is the practice of law. So what is the practice of law? So practice of law is not just knowing the legislation or the statutes or the law books or what is written in the law books. Practice of law is like you have to actively apply, knowledge to the real situations and helping people with their legal needs. Practicing law involves giving advice, drafting important documents, representing clients in court or negotiations, as well as managing legal responsibilities. It often requires quick thinking, judgment making, risk analysis, adapting to solutions, and it is much like any other profession. Secondly, mentors. So during your time in the law school, you try and have a mentor with you. Because in every successful legal career, there are mentors and people who see potential in you before you see it in yourself. So during the initial years, I was lucky to work under some outstanding seniors, men and women, and not only taught how to draft contracts or present arguments persuasively, but also how to carry myself with integrity, humility, and grace. So I encourage all of you to find mentors, whether you are professors, whether you are seniors, lawyers with whom you watch them carefully try to absorb their knowledge, and more importantly, try to absorb their character. So, mentors like mentors taught me to with the court and the client. Sometimes it may hurt your case in short term, but in long run, it will build credibility, your reputation. And one of my seniors said that if you do something, admit it, then go and learn it better than anyone else. These lessons have stayed with me throughout my career. So I encourage all of you to practice these values. Thirdly, internships are very important nowadays. Today, some internships are mandatory in all the law schools. And I believe that this is a very crucial opportunity to gain first-hand experience of the legal profession. During your internship, don't just observe or sit idle, waiting for someone to assign you work. Try to contribute wherever you are interning, try to contribute. Ask questions. Volunteer to draft or research. Go and say work. As you go to the law and say, looking for something, please give me some research. I'll do the research for you. Try and okay, just give me a chance to stuff notes, or just give me the file so that first one practical experience of how to research, how to apply law in that particular situation. So, you'll be surprised that you learn by just being present and around internship. So internship, I think, is very important. And I want to share some of the things which I have written, which I have learned hard way. And it's hard way or it's hard won, I can say. It's not just a career, it's a calling that requires your heart into it. Integrity is your most valuable asset. Even the clients, schools, and colleagues, they rely on your word, so guard it fiercely. And communication is very important. It's very essential. Write clearly, speak simply, sentences without full stops and commas. So try to concise your submissions. Then law may be very complex, but your job is to make it understandable. One very important habit which I often tell my interns is that when you do research, you always start with the baroda for the section. Then, after identifying the section, then open the commentary, the book, the commentaries from that particular subject, commentary. Read the Bible because everything is explained. You see, after every sections, you find some comments where case laws and all. So try and read those case laws. That's how you understand what the section says. Of course, then open the commentaries. Try and read what are the precedents, how the law has evolved that around what particular section, around what particular subject. And then online researches. So, and what I say that practice this early, it will serve you in the long run. Then this profession will challenge you and it will change you, but it will do your best. It will do ways you cannot yet imagine. And lastly, what I want to tell, since all of you have just cleared class 12 and joined the law school, what I want to tell you is that apart from law, read widely, read law, read the history, read poetry, read economics, literature, politics, all this connects with law. Law is like it's that's why we call it practice. So even when you in various subjects, you can connect the law with your day-to-day life. It's very important to get connected with the law. Try and apply the same law. Try and put yourself in the same situation, and then you'll understand this is the situation and this is the law. How will I apply it to resolve the dispute or whatever it is? So, still involve yourself in sports, drama, pursue your hobbies, and whatever makes you feel, follow your passion. As my fellow, panelists said, go for traveling, to interact. All this should be apart from what you study for college. So you must do all these things to be and at last we saved something today. While driving, I just thought of this, and I think I must share this talisman. This talisman is from Barrister was Chandhik. Barrister before the freedom fight, what he did. So this talisman is like, whenever you are right, or when the self becomes too much with you, apply the following test. Recall the face of the poorest and the weakest man whom you have seen and ask yourself, step, and ask yourself if the step you contemplate is going to be of any use to him or not. That action or not. Will it restore him to a his own life and destiny? In other words, will it lead to Swaraj for the hungry and spiritually starving nation? So then you will find your doubts and yourself melting away. So we should always try and practice this talisman while college, while you are doing internships, while after passing life. Try and practice all this, because after all, that's what practice. So with that, it's this. But congratulations on the admission of this prestigious law university. Thank you, and all the best for your journey ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your remarkable address. It is our honor to welcome Mr. Girish Rawat, partner at Luthra and Luthra Law Offices, as both a distinguished lawyer and a qualified company secretary. His multifaceted expertise has greatly enriched the corporate landscape, and we are privileged to have him today and look forward to his valuable insights. Can we have a huge round of applause for sir?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Professor Devendra Singh. Thank you, Professor Ashutosh, for inviting me over to this prestigious institution and give my 2 cents to all of you. I don't know how much of you have, I'll just start this stopwatch also. I don't know how much of you have heard about the phrase accidental lawyer or lawyer by accident. Like, I'm the classic case. I never wanted to be a lawyer. Until I joined the institution, Campus Law Center. I did my graduation. I was on my course to do probably an MBA or something else. I did my Bachelor of Business Studies honors from Jamia, and I wanted to do MBA. And I prepared for CAT and all these kinds of competitive examinations, right? Then one of my friends, said, because I had a very short time to prepare for CAT, and CAT is one of the toughest exams to crack. So he said, what do you do, for the next 1 year? Because next cycle of CAT will come next year, right? So he was filling for the law entrance for Delhi University, and he said, why don't you come along and fill your form? I ended up filling the form, got admitted to Campus Law Center, decided to take admission. My idea was to just, enjoy the campus life for, this 1, 2, 3 semester, and I'll be back to my MBA and probably crack CAT this time. But after joining the law center, there is not a single day that I have regretted. In fact, probably it's the best profession, and it has been 20 years now, just so that you're aware. It has been 20 years I've been in this profession, and I have not regretted a single day. Probably that's how you all are going to end up, hopefully, one day. And it doesn't matter where you're working, right? I mean, I'm just saying law as a profession. You may end up being a judge, you may end up being a lawyer in a law firm, you may end up doing your own law practice, or a journalist, or a think tank, or in an house counsel. Law is ever evolving. It will never give you a dull moment. It has never given me a dull moment in the last 20 years. Believe me when I say this, the law is evolving, as my panelists have said. There are laws that have been there, the interpretation keeps changing. Even our, I don't know, honorable judges are sitting here. So, the law is evolving. You have IBC, you have even the Arbitration Act keeps on reforming. There's never been a dull moment. You will always get this constant challenge of dealing with certain situation. If you're in litigation, the same case law point will come before you, and you will find 10 different ways of arguing the same case law. Either you'll try to differentiate on the facts of the case, or you'll try to argue in a different way. Similarly, in a in-house counsel, you'll be looking at 360-degree view of a situation, because then you're dealing with legal challenges as well as organizational challenges, because there is an organizational push on you to do the business, as well as you have this obligation as an in-house lawyer to also ensure that whatever the business is being done is done within the four corners of law. So it is a challenging, but never you will have a lot of challenges, but never a dull moment when you join this profession. And yes, as one of my panelists said, the learning is very important. I'm still learning, and I keep still learning, because, as I said, law is evolving. You keep on coming with new laws, new rules, new regulation every day. You have to choose your interest area, and you have to pursue that interest area and become the best in that interest area. Now, as I've said, law is evolving. There are new challenges. Artificial intelligence, as all of you may be aware, it is a real challenge for this profession, in a sense that the work that an associate level person would used to be doing at this point in time is all being done by AI. And as it evolves, it is going to provide more competition. So the idea is to learn that, master that, and use it as a tool. You become more efficient than most of the other people. And trust me, most of the law firms are adopting AIs, including ours. And I'm sure you must be reading it, that the adoption is at much fast pace. So when you are coming out of a law school, that is one skill that you should acquire during these 5 years, is how to use these AI tools, how to become better, because some of these things that we have been doing will become redundant. So what are the skills that you should invest in, according to me, would be work on your analytical abilities, logical reasoning. I'm sure you must have done part of that as part of your entrance exams, but that's the skill that you need to develop, because as a lawyer, it is very important to have analytical abilities and legal rationale, legal reasoning, because you need to have your own mind of your own. You can't be just dictated by what is being told to you. You have to look at each perspective, each problem with your own viewpoint. You should not accept the way it is. You should be able to challenge it. That's the profession. That's what this profession teaches us, challenging every norm. And probably you will have a different point of view than the other person. But you need to evolve in that way. Internship, yeah, I think internship is an important aspect of this profession. Internship gives you the live training, which probably the law schools won't be. Law schools will be a foundation on the law subjects, but internship gives you the experience. Internship need not necessarily be in a law firm. You can always go depending on your interest area, and you, as my co-panelist said, you're not tied up to your choices. So explore everything. I started my career as a litigating lawyer. Honestly, didn't like much of it, because I thought, I'm spending a lot of my time waiting for the matter to come up. So I shifted to corporate, because I thought that's better use of my time and probably my skill set. So keep evolving. Eliminate by you go by elimination of choices that you want to make, and stick to the one that interests you the most, because trust me, anything that you do with your whole heart and interest, you are most likely to succeed. So that's one thing that you should keep doing. Internship, yes, you should look at the internship. Again, as my co-panelist said, in internship, if you have come to me as an intern, and trust me, there are hundreds of them in a law firm. The one that sets you apart from the others would be probably the proactiveness of or the proactive nature with which you approach the work and with which you approach your seniors, associate, senior associate, or partner, if, depending on which law firm you're working in. Show your keenness, show your interest, and also master these AI tools that will save you a lot of time. Things that I used to do, AI can do it now in 5 minutes. So I am becoming more productive. So can you. And it's actually it's a threat to a profession unless you're able to master it. Yep. Okay. And when I joined legal profession 20 years back, of course, options were very, very limited. Probably I joined not knowing what legal profession is. In my mind, it was more about litigation. But when I came out of the law school, I joined law firms, and I know there is various options. And over 20 years, the options have only expanded. As my co-panelist said, litigation is, of course, a classic. You have judiciary. You can always try and enter judiciary. Some of my friends are part of that. In-house. Now, in-house have, you know, with the startup culture coming in, you will see a lot of startups having these legal counsels requirement. And you will see a lot of these GCs are very young people, right? They are not like 50 or 60 years, they're 40 years or 30 years into their life, and they are GCs. So, you know, it's a evolving field, and where a lot of input are in-house counsels are being engaged, and a lot of law firms, not law firm, but all these startups need legal services, and they are engaging and hiring legal minds for the businesses. Banks have always been there. And they're all good pay masters. Okay, it's not that in-house doesn't pay. In-house actually pays more than some of the law firms. So the career options are vast. Like one of my co-panelists are journalists. Some of my friends have done law, and they're journalists, and they're, you know, heading some of these media houses as legal correspondents. Think tanks again is a very important you know, aspect, which is not let's say highlighted so much, but a lot of these people that are working think tank actually have a legal degree or a experience behind them. And yeah, with that, I'll just close my remarks. But again, congratulations, everyone, and all the best.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your knowledge and insights with us. It is our honor to welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok Kumar Jain, Judge, Rajasthan High Court. Sir's unwavering wisdom and deep understanding of law and jurisprudence continues to uphold the pillars of justice. With huge round of applause, we all welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok Kumar Jain.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Respected Vice Chancellor Dr. Devendra Singh, brother Registrar Professor Ashutosh Mishra, so he is also doctor, and Dr. Devendra Singh is also a professor. Yeah, it is very difficult to become a chief guest of post-lunch session. It's very difficult because you see, I have been to many sessions, on an average 2 programs in a month I used to attend, and post-lunch is very difficult. But even though knowing fully well, I agree to Ashutosh, that's okay, all right, I will do it. I was well aware about it. I will go by seniority, not by what Modhulika Bose said, that I am the youngest panelist. Age is just number. Wisdom is not like that. I will come to that. Mr. Girish Rawat, partner Luthra and Luthra Law Offices. Mr. Prantik, Hazarika, partner Khaitan and Khaitan. Mr. Digvijay, Chief Manager Legal, Bank of Baroda. Miss Modhulika Bose, partner Chandhik and Mahajan. I think I have pronounced correctly?
Yes.
Yes. Dr. Baljinder Kaur, Associate Professor of Law, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, National Law University, Sonipat. Respected faculty members, distinguished guests, dear students, just to say a couplet. I will begin with couplet because this is my second speech in a day. The couplet is like this, and I like it too much. दुनिया में वही शख्स है ताजीम के काबिल, ताजीम का मतलब है सम्मान या आदर, जिस शख्स ने हालात का रुख मोड़ दिया. Just think of this and begin your study with this. Okay, how can I earn respect? Maybe a poor litigant or from the society. This is what I said and I stressed in the morning. I will come to my formal speech, but before that, I will begin from what Mr. Girish has left. He said he is by chance in law profession. I think Ms. Modhulika Bose is also by chance. He is a serving law officer. I don't know about Prantik, Hazarika. You are also by chance in law? No, but you are by chance in law. You are by chance in law, or you have chosen that law. From 10th onwards, if you are an arts student, obviously you have option to select law. Exactly. Then choice in law. You are not by chance. This is the difference between you and us. You also is a by chance. No, but you see, you are unsure of which career to be selected. अब बाद में बात करेंगे उसकी. You see, my father wanted me to become an engineer, and when I appeared for pre-engineering test, the subject which is I'm having command, I just plugged in that. I'm having less marks in that subject, and which resulted in 12. That gave me just like that. I will change the career. I will not go for. Then I choose the law, and then I just topped the university, got a gold medal, and soon, just after completing law, became magistrate. At the age of 23, I joined as a magistrate. That's what the journey I began. So, I am also a by chance. You see, I am not having any experience as a lawyer. Even there is no registration of mine. So many times, I think that after 4.5 years, when I got retired, and if I seek designation as a senior advocate, then the Supreme Court will ask, where is your registration as a lawyer? Then I have to re-register. I have to register for the first time at the age of 62. That's what the things are. So I never remained as a lawyer, but I tell you, the cases travel up to Supreme Court, and they are being argued by topmost lawyers of the country like Harish Salve. From our order, the matter travels to the Supreme Court, and they are being argued like them. So this hardly matter what you are doing. So I am just beginning from Mr. Girish. He said that you are having option of private law firms. Private law firms means in-house counsel, law firms, corporate law, etc., etc. But I tell you see, one of the need of law colleges, law university at Jaipur, I have occasion to give lecture on this issue, the career profession for law students. And I just jot down some of them from just getting out of it. I tell you one thing, that I assure you one thing, if you are mediocre, even if you earn better than anybody else, I'm not suggesting you to be top ranker. Don't run for top. It doesn't mean that just be a backbencher. But don't take pressure. Pressure always kills you. Pressure will kill you. You will not be able to survive for 5 years. The peer pressure, family pressure, or other pressure. Don't take any pressure from anyone, whosoever is there. Because in the morning, Ashutosh told me that first time you read his speech, because I'm suffering from throat infection. Yesterday I thought to cancel the program, but I thought he will say, no, this is a question of friendship, that you have to come. So I tell you the options you are having. You need not have to worry. You need not have to worry. There are n number of more options that will be generated in the country. Because one of the speaker, Justice Sahi, has pointed out that there are 5,500 ways to go to jail in India. There was a news article in Times of India on 13 July. So he referred that. And I say that there are n number of options for a law student, that these are the options only for law students. No other competition is there. You are not having competition. First, litigation, as this is a commonly known litigation. You become a private counsel. You can open your own law firm or whatever be the litigator. But there is an option to work in the government as public prosecutor, assistant public prosecutor, prosecuting officer, etc. That is again a big avenue. We are having 26,000 courts in the country. 26,000 is not too small, and it is likely to increase by the time you will get a degree. That will be more than 35,000 by the time. In Rajasthan, every year we are opening 60 or 70 courts. So it is likely to increase. And in every court, there is a permanent government prosecutor or a government counsel. Law firms, as everyone has said, because all of them are from law firms. Corporates, as been discussed about the in-house counsel, corporates. Public services, like he is from Bank of India, law officer. Bank of Baroda, sorry. So again, you have option, because you see, in order to deal a law firm or the council, the organization need a law expert. So there is also a scope. In legal aid, when I was member secretary of NALSA, we have opened 377 legal aid defense counsel, full-time legal aid counsel engaged by Legal Services Authority, and Government of India has provided 500 crore for that. So that is another scope, a good scope, that Chief Defense Counsel, Deputy Chief Defense Counsel, Assistant Chief Defense Counsel, and interns as well. The assistants are so many. In a district, because in the country we are having around 730 districts. On an average, in a district, if we engage 10 lawyers, then 7,000 odd lawyers are engaged only for Legal Aid Defense Council office. So, this is also a scope apart from panel lawyer or other Jain visiting lawyer and etc. etc. You see, teachers, the biggest problem of law colleges is they are short of teachers. They are not having enough teachers. In government law colleges in Rajasthan, most of them are running with guest faculty. Even Rajasthan University, recently I have been to one of the international conference at Rajasthan University, and I was told by VC that she told me that we are not having even a single permanent teacher. Researchers, academia, you see, journalist is another option. You can write books. You can write articles. They are also sellable. You see, whatever you can produce from your mind, it is sellable. You can become a celebrity only in a day. You need a day to rise. Just a day. And that will come in your lives. You have to be watchful that how much is my day. Because one of the incident I referred during lunch time to VC Saab. I don't want to quote that incident. For a particular gentleman, I said it was there for him, but he used the opportunity. Same I say, you will get a day, and if you rise, you will become hero. But certainly you will get a day. This currently we are in a well-informed age. We are well aware either Google teaching us or ChatGPT is teaching us, or so many of them are teaching us now, because the ChatGPT is so many of the companies have introduced their own AI models. Even Airtel is offering free of cost Airplexia like something. So you can become activist. This is a new horizon. Nowadays, PIL, filing a PIL has become again a business. Lots of things are like that. So there are a number of things which you can have. Even I tell you one more thing, that is Just Tech, Justice Technology. I just remember 10-12 years back when I visited Ahmedabad, or I think 15 years back. I visited Ahmedabad. I was told by one of the surgeons that we are experimenting for robotic surgery with South Korean medico-engineering experts. Medico plus engineering experts. Not engineering plus medico plus is equal to expert. You, law, technology, Just Tech. You see, this is also a way. You see, we are in a country where you can sell anything. Whatever you have, you can sell it. Your idea or your product. Even you see, the people are charging just for laughter shows. Sometimes it was free, but now they are charging 3,000 rupees a show or 5,000 rupees a show. This is like this. So you can sell anything. So this is what I say, and I disagree that only law firms are options. There are n number. You do not have to worry. You have to be focused on your studentship. Remain as original as you are. Not to be a fake person. Just I said in the morning. So what I say is that be original. Try to be practical, not too much emotional, but not without emotion. Be conscious of every fact, take note of every event. Whatever is going on, you just take note of it. You see, on an average, so many students used to take internship with us, and just I was talking to Mr. Hazarika that we prefer only those students who are in Jaipur to live with their family. We don't prefer the students who belong to any other state or any other town, and they want to live in hotel just to do internship with a judge. This is what our theory is. Because you see, in one of the program which I attended with Birla Balika Vidyapit Pulani, a premier institution, I think that is the only school which has been included in a Republic Day parade since 1950. Birla Balika Vidyapit Pulani. I addressed 11th and 12th class students. And to my surprise, I was told that most of the girls have not stayed with their grandparents for last 4 or 5 years, because they are in hostel, and in hostel. So we took a place. I asked them, can you promise me that in another 6 months, you will stay 24 hours with your grandparents? 24 hours without phone with your grandparents. The reply was, sir, in hostel it is just like a jail. There is no question of mobile. So, mobile is not an issue for us. But definitely, since you said a lot of things, so we will stay with grandparents. I tell you what Mr. Girish said, because I am referring you have referred so many things. You have also referred money. That money will flow like anything. Obviously, money flows like anything. You see, Justice Sahi said earlier the theory was for first 10 years you have to struggle for money. To earn money for 10 years. Another 10 years, you are equal. Whatever you struggle, you will get enough money. For another 10 years, money chase you. The money follows you. So that was earlier trend. Now it is not so. You see, in High Court roster, normally, if suppose a rich man came as a client, you can charge him anything. He will say, "Vakil sahab, meri bail kara do, kuch bhi le lo." That's all what matters. And that's why a few days back, Honorable Chief Justice of India has referred and quoted one thing, that lawyer want to buy a Mercedes in 6 months' time. This was his reference in a meeting somewhere in Maharashtra. So, what I want to say, be original, not to become a fake. Think of a poor man and please be communicative. while my service in the legal service authority for 5 years, I came to know that there is a big discord between lawyers and the litigant. Lawyers don't want to tell litigant the true position. They don't want to communicate what the correct position of law is. They don't want to listen their case. They don't want, there is the paper. कागज दे दो, हम पढ़ लेंगे, हमारे पास 6 लोग बैठे हैं. That is their tendency. And I'll just cite one example of Ashutosh come from UP. There is one Central Institute, that is Sanjay Gandhi Medical Institute. One of the doctor, he cited this example. Their professor in medical college used to say, go and search a new patient. Have 45-minute interaction with him. Just jot down each and everything what he tell you. So that is also my request to you. Please try to listen others and then decide, yes, now I am much sure that what is his case. So facts matter a lot. And at the High Court level, we see this and we experience it. Lots of lawyers of different strata they used to appear, and I know that how much they are briefed, and I know that how much they are interacted with the client. So there is a great discord between lawyers and the litigants. And this every litigant used to complain. Every litigant, not a single litigant is saying, yes, my lawyer used to inform. So many times, I used to suggest, if you are having a good law firm, better to appoint a receptionist, a communicator, a counselor, so that he or she can communicate to the litigant. आपके केस में आज ये हुआ था, हम ये appear हुए थे और हमने ये कर दिया. This is very simple. You see, communication is key. So communication from a lawyer to litigant. You see, ultimately, this system is only for litigant, not for judges and not for lawyers. Either for judges, not for lawyers. In fact, we want that litigant should get primacy in the entire affair. The government has one motto, that we are running citizen-centric services. When we talk of ease of doing business, we are talking of ease of litigation. How can it be possible? You see, unless we know about the litigant, so as we know your litigant, KYL, know your litigant. So unless you know litigant, how can you judge the case of a litigant? Only you are knowing the papers, what has been placed before you. This is what the simple thing is. And I tell you, as regard to, this is one aspect. Another thing, as has been told that read books or anything. You see, whatever you read, you decide. I am also comfortable on system. I am not comfortable with books. I learned computer in 1998. And I became master trainer to teach judges in 2010. I taught so many of judges about the computers and so many things. How to do and everything like this. So I to believe that whatever is good for you, you do that. Neither books are bad, nor the computers. nor the system. I tell you, my daughter is in MBBS. She is doing MBBS from Jaipur. And she is having all the reference book with her. 4 or 5 reference book on a subject. She used professional chat GPT. What is her opinion? I told so many times I advise her, why you are not reading all these things? Then she said, Papa, why should I read all these things? Because chat GPT summarizes in 4 pages. And chapter will take 4 days. So that is upon you. So many times we also use that. You see, there are too long judgments. It is very difficult to read the entire judgment. And just we give a summary and very important things of that particular judgment. Chat GPT gives in 2 pages or 3 pages. I also use a professional version of ChatGPT. So my only thing is that this is all your habit. Whatever you have developed, you continue to develop it. But don't be a kida of social media. Don't be warm like that. And lastly, because you see, I have since post lunch and it is 4:30, so I'm aware about the time. Lastly, you see, don't be revengeful. Lord never teaches a revenge. Don't be revengeful, whether it is your colleague or opponent. You are a friend after the courtroom. You are friend after the moot. You are friend after the class. You are friend after this 5 years. Thank you so much. All the best for you for next 5 years. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We are privileged to hear from you, from a jurist who upholds the dignity of our legal system and the integrity you have. I'm very sure that all the students out here have learned a lot from you. So again, can we give a round of applause for sir? Thanks a lot, sir.
And our esteemed guests for their inspiring words that have truly set the tone for today's gathering. As we let those thoughts resonate with us, we now take a brief moment to express our heartfelt gratitude in a more tangible way. As a token of our gratitude, we now proceed to the presentation of mementos to our respected dignitaries. I kindly request Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir to kindly present the memento as a token of gratitude to the Chief Guest of the day, Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok Kumar Jain, Judge, Rajasthan High Court. I request our worthy Registrar Sir, Professor Dr. Ashutosh Mishra Sir, to kindly present the memento as a token of utmost respect to the guest of honor, Ms. Modhulika Bose, partner, Chandhik and Mahajan, advocates and solicitors. I again request, sir, to kindly present the memento as a token of gratitude to the guest of honor, Mr. Digvijay Kumar, Chief Manager, Legal, Bank of Baroda. I again request, sir, to kindly present the memento as a token of warm appreciation to the guest of honor, Mr. Girish Rawat, partner, Luthra Law Offices. I again request, sir, to kindly present the monitor as a token of warm appreciation to guest of honor, Mr. Prantik Hazarika, partner, Khaitan. Thank you for gracing us with your presence and for illuminating this session with your wisdom.
As we come to an end of this memorable session and of DEEKSHARAMBH, it is my privilege to invite our esteemed Associate Professor of Law, accompanying this examination and the convener of the Internship and Placement Cell, Dr. Pharmacy. Thanks for the session.
Let me confess first that I am also by chance in the profession. First of all, I congratulate all of you on behalf of Dr. DBRANLU University, choosing LLB Sonipat. We are blessed that you are here with us. Now, I extend my, I will give my formal vote of thanks. So it is my privilege to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all those who have made today's DEEKSHARAMBH annual induction ceremony that marks the formal beginning of the academic journey for the incoming batch a truly memorable occasion. We are deeply honored by the presence of our chief guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok Kumar Jain, Judge of the Rajasthan High Court. Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words and gracious presence. Thank you, sir. A special note of thanks to our distinguished guest and industry partner, Mr. Digvijay Kumar, Chief Manager, Legal Bank of Baroda, Mr. Girish Rawat, Partner, Luthra and Luthra Law Offices, Mr. Prantik, Hazarika, Partner, Khaitan, and Ms. Modhulika, Bose, Chandhik and Mahajan. We are immensely grateful for your presence today and look forward to fruitful collaborations that will bridge the gap between academia and legal practice. I sincerely thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor for his able guidance and leadership. It is my duty to thank Professor Dr. Ashutosh Mishra Ji, Dean, Registrar of the University, for organizing well-structured and insightful induction program. I extend my thanks to Dr. Pooja Deswal, Madam, for her support in the induction program. I also thank our esteemed all faculty members, dedicated non-teaching staff, and enthusiastic students, including PhD students, especially the incoming and also especially the incoming batch of 25-30, for being a part of this new beginning. Here's to new journey, new learning, and the making of future leaders. Thank you for everyone. Jain.
Thank you, ma'am, for your thoughtful words of appreciation. As we bring this session to an end, I finally request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you once again, thank all the respected dignitaries, faculty members, and everyone present